Good morning students, welcome back to my class. We already studied that our solar system consists of 8 planets and our earth is the only planet where life exists because our earth contains proper atmosphere, temperature and also it contains water. Today we are going to study more about earth. The earth is the only planet known to have life on it. It is surrounded by a layer of air called the atmosphere. The atmosphere contains oxygen. All living things need oxygen to live. The water and land are present on the outermost layer of the earth. This part is called the crust. It is the layer where we live. Below the crust, there is a layer of molten rocks called the mantle. The innermost layer is called the core. It is made up of hot molten metals. The core is the hottest layer of the earth. The earth shows two types of movements, rotation and revolution. The spinning of the earth around its own axis is called rotation. The earth completes one rotation in 24 hours. This time period is called a solar day. The rotation of the earth causes days and nights. The movement of the earth around the sun is called revolution. Earth takes about 365 1 by 4 days to complete one revolution. This time period is called a solar year. The revolution of the earth causes change in seasons. The axis is an imaginary line running through the center of the earth from the north pole to the south pole. There is another imaginary line around the earth. This is called the equator. It divides the earth into two halves, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. The rotation of the earth causes day and night. As the earth rotates, only one half of it faces the sun at a time. It has light, that is day. The other half that is away from the sun at that time remains in darkness. Therefore, it has night. The earth rotates from west to east on its axis. Therefore, the sun seems to rise from the east and set in the west. As the earth rotates, different places move in and out of the sunlight. This causes days and nights. The revolution of the earth causes seasons. However, during its revolution, the earth always remains tilted on its axis. As a result, at a certain time of the year, the northern hemisphere is bent towards the sun while the southern hemisphere is away from it. At some other times, the southern hemisphere is bent towards the sun while the northern hemisphere is away from it. Sometimes both the hemispheres are at equal distances from the sun. The hemisphere which is tilted towards the sun gets the direct sun rays, so it is warmer. It is longer days and shorter nights. It has summer. At this time, the other hemisphere that is away from the sun gets slanting sun rays, so it is cooler. It has shorter days and longer nights. It has winter. Autumn comes between summer and winter, and spring comes between winter and summer. Autumn and spring are neither very hot nor very cold. Places on the equator have equal durations of night and day. Here there is no summer or winter. It is hot all the time. The moons are the heavenly bodies that move around the planets. Like the planets, the moons do not have their own light but reflect the sunlight. Our moon is a natural satellite. Saturn has 18 moons and Jupiter has 16 moons. Some planets have no moons at all. For example, Mercury and Venus do not have any moon. A constellation is a group of stars that forms a shape in the sky. The shape may look like an animal or an object. There are 88 constellations known so far. Big Dipper and Orion are two well-known constellations. Big Dipper is a group of 7 stars that looks like a long-handled spoon, but Orion looks like a hunter. It has 7 bright stars and several faint stars. These are the pictures of some constellations which have been discovered so far.